Hi, I'm Matthew. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to do a shave. Real quick, I'm going to wet my face. Today is a special day. It is Veterans Day, and I want to say thank you to everyone that has served and those who are getting ready to serve. Now, let me talk real quick about the soap, which is going to be by 345 Soap Company, and this is Trench Lines. This particular soap is a very nice scent. It is based on Lancaster White Lacoste. I don't know. I can't figure out what it was now. My mind, I'm thinking about what I'm getting ready to do. And I'm also going to use the matching splash. And today's razor is going to be a special razor. This was is a issued set, the khaki set to the military. And this dates back into World War I. And the really cool thing is its numbers matching, and the mirror and everything has the military issue to it. And thinking back to the military issue, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and let me just think back and just go down memory lane for just a moment. I saw many things during my military service. All right, well, many of those uniforms look like a rag bag, and they've been in storage. Anyway, let's go ahead and load up the razor. I'm going to be using the Gillette super thin blade. And like I said, this razor is a World War I edition. Sometimes they call it the ball end, sometimes they call it the brownie, sometimes they call it the khaki. There's so many different names for this razor. And it's just like every other one of these razors that the handle has the ball and the top end pressed in. I have not seen one that doesn't have a crack. And let's see here. Mine has, I thought, yeah, it's got just a little tiny crack there at the bottom. So I'm going to be gentle as I can with this razor because it's very special to me knowing that some other service member was issued this and it was used. And just by the case of it, you can tell this thing was used. And just going down memory lane, I had a terrific time in the military, or at least that's what I want to believe. There were some bad times, but you know what? There's always going to be some bad times. And if you're having a bad time, reach out to me. I'll be happy to talk to you. There's a lot of people that have issues, and there's nothing wrong with it. But down the memory lane, I grabbed one of my old canteens. I'm going to fill up my bowl with some cold water. And if you guys have been in the military, you know what this Canteen Cup can do. And I did shave out of it several times, but it was really just to rinse my razor. And today I decided to lather in it. And I've got my beautiful Trotter's Handcraft brush, and it was a little bit of a chore to get a lather in there. What a scent. And since I blabbered on and on, I need to wet my face again. And I'm just going to use the bottle here because still not wanting to do a whole lot of bending over. Okay, so let's go ahead and get lathered up here. Wow. You know, out of the 16 years that I served, and I'm not trying to brag, I would have loved to do 20 or 25, but it just wasn't in my cards. And so I decided, you know, just to move on and continue about my life. So I'm not here to brag, and I hope no one thinks that I am, but I'm really proud of being a service member and have served, because I really think that it is a great thing, and it's not for everyone. So if you didn't do it, don't feel bad. There are plenty that have and will, so don't let that bother you. All right, so I've got my razor warmed up, and look at this beauty. Can you believe this razor has lasted since the early 1900s? I mean, wow. And whenever I got this, it wasn't as pretty as what it was. I haven't had it replated, but I did have to clean it up. It still had some probably ivory soap on it because it was all caked and nasty. And luckily, all the teeth are perfect, and I can't ask for anything better. Let's stop talking and get the shave going. Ooh. I haven't shaved with one of these in a while. I have the pocket edition. Oh yeah, let's get a little close there to my... So if you're watching and you've been in the military, you know I kind of did a big shame on, you know, wearing a goatee in my uniform and the wrong color shirt underneath. I have all my t-shirts, but I didn't want to go through and dig them out. So if you want to hear an interesting story sometime, and it won't be in this shave, it will be in another shave. Ask me about the time that I was involuntarily extended until 2021. That was just like last year. Oh, whew. And I won't answer that in the comments below. But if you served, please comment in the comments below and let me know what branch you were in. Or just say, I served. That would be good enough for me. Yep. You know, I always tell you, when I'm doing a shave video, there's always an interruption. And my wife and I share the same Apple ID, just like we do our Facebook account. And somebody's trying to call her on whatever it was. And luckily, it lets me know all about it. I really need to turn off my notifications and alerts and put it on airplane mode, but I don't, because I got a couple things that I need to be ready for in case I get the call. And, you know, it's nothing, well, I just don't want to miss that call. Let me say that. It is important, that's why I'm not, but don't get worried or upset about it. Okay, so that first pass, wow. These things are definitely efficient. And the one thing I've noticed whenever I'm using it, if my facial hair, I'm a sensitive guy, if my facial hair is longer than maybe 2 or 3 days, if you can see on this very end, and it probably won't focus, that blade, you know, it has kind of a muted area there. Well, as you're shaving, if that hair happens to hit that rounded edge, it wants to go to the side. And then this bigger tooth wants to pinch between the blade and the guard, and you'll get a little, and that's what I was having up here. So it's just one of those things. But you know, Gillette, they were in the business to make money selling blades. And once everyone came home from the war, they were so used to using this, it started spreading throughout the world, because basically, you know, they're going to say, wow, look what I've been doing, and I'm so used to it. And they start telling their friends and family, and that brings us to today. But today's razors or today's Gillette over-the-counter stuff, the disposables, are not good in my opinion. That's why I'm using double-edged safety razor. I've been kind of surfing around on Facebook a little bit today and looking at some of the pictures that people have been posting, and several of the guys that I was in with, you know, even in the beginning of my service, I see them, even though I see them on Facebook today and I know who they are. It's funny how when you don't see the person in person for such a long time, your memory defaults to back then. And so, you know, when I see these guys back then today, I'm like, hey, there's the guy I remember, even though he looks a little different today. All right, well, I forgot to get one of my hand towels I was going to use that I used back then, but instead, I'm just going to jump to some cold water rinse, and I will be right back. Today, I'm breaking out the green Lancaster black sheep towel. Oh. Ooh, and I'm going to be using the matching splash, and I need to give this a little shake because it does tend to separate a little bit, and you know, it never hurts to get it right. And did you know, when I enlisted, there was no such thing as Star Jelly. But I'm glad I found it and I forgot it. Well, that is the shave for the day. I'd like to tell you guys thank you for watching, sharing your time with me. And if you happen to miss it and you're a veteran, thank you for your service. You guys have a great rest of your week.